So, guys, I just want to let you know that what I'm doing right now, you will be doing it eventually, sooner or later. So, when you will realize that there is nothing else, just Bhagavad Gita. So, consider what I'm doing right now, that is your future. So, if you're not into this, but the thing is, it's gonna be in either a positive or a negative way. So, the choice will be yours in the end. Positive means like self improvement, and negative means making your life worse. So let's continue. Arjuna will come to know it gradually. It is wrong to say that for those for whom we want a state. No, he should say that without whom there would be no fun in wanting a kingdom. They wish for themselves only, but in front of those whose eyes it would be fun to wish for, when they are not there. Then what will they do by taking the kingdom among strangers and unknown people? What would be the fun of ego among those who don't even know who you are? Only when you touch the sky among those who know who you are, then you will get the inner satisfaction, and you could say now that look at me, I have achieved something. Remember, we are not just competing with our enemies, we have an even deeper competition with our friends. We have no competition with strangers. Our real competition is with acquaintances. Therefore, two strangers can never be as big enemies as two real brothers can be. Our competition is with them. We have to prove it to them that I am something. That Arjuna is saying wrong, but he is not clear about it. He is not saying it knowingly. Knowing that lies we tell are very superficial. Who knows the lies that are told to us are very deep, and in many births we have assimilated them within our blood, made them one with us. Arjuna is telling a similar lie, that if those for whom the kingdom is desired are not there, then what will I do with the kingdom? No, it is appropriate and right that he should say that the kingdom is desired for himself. But when those eyes of whom he would like to dazzle do not exist, then what will he do by desiring it for himself only? But he can't say it yet. If he can say only this much, then the Krishna of Gita is ready to remain silent at many places. But whatever he says shows that he is saying in the wrong direction, meaning in an opposite way. If at one place Arjuna says something simple and true, if even one of his assertions is authentic, then the Krishna of Gita should immediately become silent. Say the matter is over. Come on, let's take the chariot back. But that doesn't end there, because Arjuna is making double statements the whole time. He is saying something else. He wants something else. There is something else. He is saying something else. His dilemma lies somewhere deeper, manifesting itself elsewhere. We have to understand this. Only then we will be able to understand Krishna's answers. Unless we understand the dilemma of Arjuna's questions and the complexity of Arjuna's questions, it is difficult to understand the depth of Krishna's answers and the resolution of Krishna's answers. Question: Lord, what Arjuna said for not killing his relatives? He clearly stays away from his beloved. Is there reference to physical use only? And if so, how does one become a true believer? Where Arjuna is, there can be connection only with material happiness. It is not so that a believer is concerned with material happiness. The theist is concerned with material happiness. But the more he searches, the more he finds that material happiness is an impossibility. The search for material happiness is impossible. Only then the search for spiritual happiness begins. So, material happiness also has an important contribution in the search of spiritual happiness. It is a very important donation. The most important gift of material happiness is that it is inevitably leads to sadness and frustration. So, in the end, material happiness is that it will eventually inevitably lead to sadness. Now, it is very interesting that in life, the same stairs which are connected to the temple of God do not take us to the temple of God. Those stairs also lead to the stairs of the temple of God, which are not connected to the temple of God. Now, this may seem very contradictory. The same ladder which is connected to heaven is not useful in reaching heaven. More than that, and even before that, the ladder that is connected to hell comes in handy. In fact, no journey towards heaven begins until the journey towards hell becomes completely futile. Unless it becomes very clearly clear that this or that is the path to hell, it is not clear what the path to heaven is. Material happiness acts as a negative warning to reach spiritual happiness. Again and again we seek material happiness, and again we fail. We want again and again and don't get it again and again. Aspire again and again, fall back again and again. There is the story of Sisyphus in Greek mythology. Camus wrote a book on him, The Myth of Sisyphus. The gods have punished Sisyphus to drag a stone to the top of the mountain. And the second part of the punishment is that as soon as he reaches the summit, drenched in sweat, panting, tired, dragging the stone will slip out of his hands and fall back into the ravine. Then he should go down, then pull the stone and take it to the top, and again this will happen, and this will happen again and again. Now, this is the punishment, and this will continue till eternity. This will continue till the end. This will continue till infinity. Now, he is Sisyphus, who again goes into ditch and picks up the stone. When he picks up the stone, it is the hope that this time he will be successful. This time he will definitely reach the peak. Will definitely tell the gods that they were deeply mistaken. Look, Sisyphus finally delivered the stone. Then pull. Months of tireless labor. Somehow breaking and dying. He reaches the top. Before he can reach it, the stone slips from his hand and then falls into the ditch. Then Sisyphus comes down. You will say he is very crazy. Why doesn't he sit in the ditch? If you come to know this much, then religion will start in your life. Because we are all Sisyphus. The story will be different, the mountains will be different, the stones will be different, but we all are Sisyphus. We keep doing the same thing again and again, again and again. The stone leaves the peak and falls into the ditch. But man's mind is very funny. He convinces himself again and again that some mistake has happened. This time it becomes apparent. We will do everything right next time. Then it starts again. And even if such mistakes happen in one or two births, it is okay. Those who know will say this has been happening like this, in infinite births. The pursuit of material happiness is an essential part of spiritual pursuit because one's complete failure is the first step in the search of spiritual bliss. Therefore, I do not call the one who is searching for material happiness irreligious. He is searching for religion in the wrong direction. He is also searching for happiness where happiness cannot be found. But first, you need to know that if you cannot find it, then search in some other direction. Someone asked Lao Tse that you say you did not get anything from the scriptures, but we have heard that you read the scriptures. So Lao Tse said, no, I got a lot from the scriptures. The biggest thing I found after reading the scriptures was that nothing can be gained from the scriptures. This finding is not less than a big finding in itself. No, something may be found, but it could not be known without reading. Read a lot, search a lot, then